Hi boat fans, this is Tim on board this Sovereign 32 for a review of her interior for you. Now this is a virtual reality video, so that means you can click and drag or touch and drag the screen at any time, move it about, and you can look where you like, when you like. You don't have to look where I'm looking. And we hope that this really great feature allows you to get a feel for the space on this boat, how it flows and how we fit inside, etc. And hopefully you'll get an idea if she might be the one for you. Now some people do report that they feel sensitive to the camera movement. It can make them feel funny, so if you feel you may be sensitive, then please do avert your eyes when you know I'm going to move the camera, and then when the camera's back down, come back to me and we can carry on the tour together, but hopefully that won't happen. So where are we? We're on this Sovereign 32. We're in the main saloon, and I feel good because it really feels nice down here. As you can see, she's a great big wide open space, very beamy, lots of room athwartships and lots of room to move around in. We've got windows all over the place, we've got a nice high coach roof, we've got stowage everywhere, and it feels really good. There's woodwork all over the place. It feels vintage, it feels solid, and it looks in quite nice condition to me. So yeah, it has a really nice feeling down here, and I'm quite enjoying spending a bit of time on board. Maybe you could too. So let's start by doing the height test. So here we go, over by the companionway. I'm 5'9" and a tiny little bit, and as you can see, loads and loads of room here, and the room doesn't drop down until we get to here at the front of the coach roof. And as you can see, I've still got an inch above me here, so plenty of room for me to stand up. Bit of a duck down underneath to get to the fore cabin, but again, in this passageway I'm just touching the ceiling now, so 5'9" in here. So really nice. This large the large coach roof really extends the height upwards to give you a nice feeling of air, light and bright down here. Really, really great design. So let's move this way, and we'll go around the cabin in a circular fashion. So here we've got the companionway, very nice and easy to get down. As you come down, we've got handholds here, we've got handholds here. All the edges are really nicely, strongly fiddled. We've got something to hold on to here. We've got handholds here, all the way along each side as well, and here. And we can go from handle to handle. So in a heavy sea, we've got absolutely loads to hang on to. So that even though the cabin's really nice and wide and uncluttered, there's always something to grab onto if you want to make your way to the head or the fore cabin or anywhere like that. So really well thought out by the manufacturers, and yeah, I'm really impressed. So as we come down the companionway, we've got the access to the engine underneath here. Very nice and easy to lift out the engine cover there, and as you can see, this step also forms part of the galley really. So you've got a nice galley in the corner there, which we'll talk about, but this does form a nice area for chopping the cucumbers or peeling the potatoes or opening the bean cans, whichever you're doing on that particular day. Really nice, and also it means you can stand here and socialise while you're doing it with the guys in the cockpit. So really well thought out feature. Very nice wooden floor, which you may be able to get a glimpse of from where you are. Feels good, feels solid. 3 accesses there to tank lids, and also we've got an access down to the bilge here as well, so you can always see that. And instead, yes, it is very nice and easy to lift the worktop and just do your rounds at sea if the engine's running, to do the checks on her, checking for leaks, etc, etc. Forgot to mention that. Very good. Bit more work surface here. We've got the main isolator, and underneath we've got drawers, more access here, and on the after bulkhead we've got the engine controls there, or engine instrumentation, and the small electrical panel there too. Nice navigation table. No real navigation seats, but it's on a thwartships position. There's room here for a decent sized chart, and it's all fiddled, etc, so your dividers and your compasses aren't going to go everywhere. And there's room here to lock yourself in and do your nav, I think, and there's all something to hold on to. So I don't think you necessarily need a seat. You know, you might want to get yourself something to sit on here if you're here for extended periods, but no, absolutely fine. We've got stowage for your pencils, etc. We've got a shelf at the back which is fairly devoid of modern instruments. We've got a GPS unit, we've got a stereo, and we've got a VHF, but there is room there if you wanted to add a few more bits and pieces there to bring her back into today navigation wise. But yeah, lots of room there for that. And you may notice that this lid here does lift, which gives you access to a great big cavernous cupboard underneath, so plenty of room for stowage in there too, and that just pops down nicely. Bob's your uncle, all nice and tidy, and you can navigate again. Really nice. So on the starboard side, very nice long berth here. Upholstery looks good. It can't be the original stuff because it looks in really nice condition. We've got stowage behind, so locker, shelf. Wherever you can see the inside of the hull on this boat, it's wood lined, or she's wood lined. Feels really nice and traditional. She's a GRP boat, but she's been lined inside, so you've got this kind of effect here, and it just adds to that nice warm homely feeling. We've got stowage behind these seat backs. We've got stowage below as well, with a bit of jiggery pokery, actually really easily. This lifts up, this lifts out. There's a wood section that lifts up, and you've got yourself a nice cot berth there for sleeping at sea if you need to. Alternatively, just by lifting this up, you've got a nice wide bed there, and again you can see the lined side of the hull too, and I've just exposed one of the cockpit cushions as well, one of two. There's one under the port side, so they would go out and make the cockpit nice and comfortable for you. So yeah, nice wide berth there, and very well thought out. So we'll talk about the other bunk shortly. So I'm going to pick up the camera now, and I'm going to hold the camera while I talk about the head and the wardrobe, and then I'll put the camera back down in the fore cabin. So if you feel you might be sensitive, please avert your eyes now. So we're going to move forwards, and I'll start by stopping on the starboard side where we have a really large cupboard here. So we've got the these look like tailored shelves here for perhaps your underwear or anything you want to keep in those, and there's room underneath also, and we've got this really nice locker here. I wouldn't call it a wet locker, but you could use it as a wet locker, I guess. Might ruin the wood, but you've got room here to hang your longer garments, etc. And we also have a shelf here and an opening port light here too, so if you did hang your wet stuff here, you could at least ventilate it rather nicely. So all good. I'll just close the door on that. There we go, and I'm going to turn around to the port side and take you straight into the head. And actually in here I will put you down briefly. So there we go, pretty much a standard head compartment. Feels nice, feels compact. We've got nice wood everywhere. We've got the small sink unit, manual head, decent stowage behind with 3 shelves, and we've even got a bit of a handhold should you feel the need at sea. And we've got the opening hatch here to let to ventilate the compartment, shall we say that. Okay, so all looks good in here, and there's even somewhere to put your tooth, your mug, etc. So yeah, all good. I'll pick you up now and take you to the forward cabin. So let's close the door there, and I'll plonk you right in the middle of the cabin. So here we are. Nice. We've got the wood lined sides here. We've got shelves above on either side. Nice long berth. Doesn't culminate in a V, so you won't be scrapping over tow room with your partner. We've got reading lights either side, and you'll notice on the starboard side we've got this LED lighting which kind of lightens it up a bit as well. So really nice. We've got a hatch above with the curtains as well, so you can shut out the world to your heart's content. And underneath the berth, although you can't see it, we've got stowage under there, and in the V here we've got lots of drawers too. So yeah, plenty of room for all your bits and pieces that you want to stow away. Very good. Right, let's take you. I'll pick the camera up and I'll turn around. Nice wide companionway here. There's no real restriction on shoulder room or anything, which is lovely. And I'm going to put you down on the corner of the dining table there. The dining table does come up to form a lovely great big dining table. Both leaves do fold down if you want to just get it out of the way while you're sailing. Also, right, let's talk about the port side. We've got a mirror image of the starboard side almost. We've got the cupboards here, we've got the shelf, we've got the windows, I'll just move this cushion out of the way. The seat rear does lift up to make a nice wide berth here. This also makes into a large double by dropping down the table leaf here, and this disconnects and slots in down here, which gives you a really nice double bed to sleep on, obviously. And also underneath here, if we lift this, pull out there's a large timber piece here which gives you a full length cot berth. So on this boat, I think it's a really nice idea that If you're shorthanded sailing, as the owner mentioned, you can have 2 cot berths here, fully made up, and you would feel as snug as a bug in a rug. And you could have both made up at the same time, and you wouldn't have to hot bunk either. So yeah, really, really nice feature. Something you just don't see these days. Normally you end up with a bit of a flimsy lee cloth or something, but these are nice solid lumps of wood that are going to keep you in place, which is important when you're asleep, definitely. So yeah, we like that a lot, and it's a really good feature. There's also stowage underneath both seats too, so yeah, really fantastic. So let's go over to the galley, and as you can see, we've got the stove, we've got 2 rings there, we've got the grill, and we've also got a cooker, which is great. Does what it says on the tin, fairly standard yacht cooker. We've got stowage behind the galley there too, for all your cups and your pots and pans, etc. We've got a cool box here, which is not cooled, but should keep your stuff cool for a while because it'll be insulated. And we've got the sink unit here with storage beneath, and there's also storage underneath the cooker. So that concludes the look around this Sovereign 32 yacht. I hope you have a really good idea as to how the space looks, how she feels, if you think you might fancy her yourself. But I've really enjoyed spending a bit of time here. Light, like I said, it's nice, light, airy, lots of wood. We've got the accommodation forward for 2, decent sized cabin. We've got the large berth here, we've got the large berth there, which can convert into a double. Massive great big dining table, lots of beamy room athwartships in this cabin, and lots of headroom as well for those taller people. Good galley with cooker, sink in a conventional L shape, a bit more work surface above the engine, good access to the engine, and we've also got the really nice chart navigational area there too. So if you'd like any more information about this boat, just go to boatshedbrighton.com, where you'll find lots more videos, pictures, and more virtual reality pictures. If you'd like any more information about this boat at all, just get in touch with us and we're happy to provide. We hope you've enjoyed watching the video, we hope you've got a good idea about this boat, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching, see you soon.